All right, and we are live. Hello, Twitch, hello, YouTube, and we are back again. And I am joined by Blue Beyond. How you doing, Blue?
Dude, I'm doing good. I'm so excited.
All right. Let me make sure I got all my chats open. Yo, what's good, Rakeem? Yo, what's up, All Star? How's it going? Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. Hopefully you're all having a good one. Yeah. Hopefully you're all having a good one, guys. Yeah, so sorry I wasn't live yesterday. We were actually supposed to do this podcast yesterday, and my brother went and broke his leg in an accident, so I had to take him to the hospital. He was less than a mile from the house. He, calls me on the phone. He's like, maybe 30 minutes before I'm supposed to go live, 40 minutes. And he's just like, oh, hey, can you come pick me up? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm in the middle of a game right now. I was playing World of Warships. I'm in the middle of a game right now, but once I get out, I'll come pick you up. He's like, yeah, no problem. No urgency whatsoever. So moment that gets done, I then go out to the car. I'm like, this is really strange. I'm like, I know he takes his scooter to work. And, I know he takes his scooter to work, but I'm like, this is really weird. Did his scooter die? And he just doesn't want to walk back with it. I'm like, okay. So then I get into the car, and like I said, it's less than a mile from the house. I'm like driving. He calls again. He's like, can you hurry up? I think I might have dislocated my hip. And I'm like, so I get there, cars are driving by, some guy's pulling over, and I swing the car around. I get right next to my bro. He's just laying on the side of the road like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? He's like, yeah, I'm kind of hurting. This other guy walks up. He's like Jim Bro too, man, like big old guy. And I'm like, hey, what's up? I go over, shake his hand. I'm like, yo, that's my brother. Let's get him into the car. And so we get my brother up on one foot, and he tries to put some weight on the other one. He's like, nope, something's seriously wrong. I'm like, okay. So me and the other guy get him into the back seat. At first, I'm like, do you want to call an ambulance? He's like, no, we ain't doing that. Lay him into the back seat, get the scooter all folded up, drove him straight to the hospital. And then later on, they found out, yeah, it's brust. You got a broken leg. Leg.
Why is it that the people that are closest to you, when they actually have something serious going on, they sent you a text like, hey, are you free? Or something super, you have no idea genuinely that something is terribly wrong.
Yeah. So that's why I wasn't live yesterday. And that's why we're going live a little bit later today. Brother's doing all right. They transferred him to a different hospital. I went and visited him today, but nonetheless, we are here with you, Mr. Blue Beyond. How about you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, I am Blue. I have also been playing Last Epoch for a hot minute since beta, but I'm not the content creator that Bike is. I'm just a community member. But we both really enjoy Sentinel, and I am one of you chatters. I've been here for a while, so just thought it'd be fun.
Awesome. So Blue, you reached out to me. You wanted to talk about patch notes and maybe season 3 in retrospect. So without any further ado, go ahead and take it away, Blue.
Yeah, so I don't know how you felt about season 3, but I thought the builds in this season were so sick. I felt like everything legit could hit 1,000 corruption if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
And even the trash builds that really wouldn't have seen the light of day before, they still hit 500.
Yeah.
It felt like everything. It felt like a playground.
I would consistently tell people who would come into the streams and stuff, this is a builder's paradise. Living most of our lives out here in a builder's paradise. Yeah. So anyway, bad jokes aside. Yeah, I would tell people this is a perfect season if you're a builder, because all these primordial items open up a whole bunch of options. Also, I felt like if you're playing Circle of Fortune for a while, Merchants Guild was still very viable. I went over and did that. Y'all saw me just buying some of the top loot for what felt like pennies this season. And then you could just imprint everything And like near the end, I had gear with double T7s, triple affixes, that sort of thing.
Dude, grinding Uber was so fun this season. I don't know. I really enjoyed beating my head into a wall sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it, but when I was like, oh, making builds is too easy, I got to just get sat down by Uber like for a week straight with this
Yeah.
stupid Forge Guard build. And they didn't even give Forge Guard any buffs, man. That's crazy.
Technically, he got a
Like,
nerf.
wait, from what? Which
Shattered
part?
Chains, bro. Shattered Chains.
Oh,
All these melee builds for Forge Guard, man, caught a nerf.
oh, I forgot about that. Oh my God. We got to get to Shattered Chains because
Okay.
that is
Okay.
so
I'm jumping ahead
tragic.
here. I'm jumping ahead here.
That is so tragic. I can't believe it. Dude, why did they give Forge Guard 20% less damage and 10% less attack speed? Everyone else gets some sort of damage. Forge Guard is just like, ooh, ooh.
I mean, they get to use the shield and the two-hander. You don't think it's worth it?
Bro, I mean, I like walking through everything, but I also like, not being at my computer for 10 hours on a monolith. So,
10 hours, huh?
dude, some of them were slow. Some of them I just hold W and just like look away and watch the YouTube video on the side.
Yeah.
It's like, it'd be like that sometimes.
So I heard what you did there. So you just hit W. Are you a WASD player?
Oh, no, no, no. So, okay, this might sound really dumb, okay? Did you ever play League?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I played League back in the day, one thing I really sucked at when I was trying to be an AD carry with like high attack speed stuff was like I couldn't auto attack with the same button that I moved with, so I changed that to a different button. So now all of my spam skills are on W,
Oh, okay.
and then I move with my mouse, but I just have my spam skills on my W. So I'm just holding on W on any build.
Any build is
It
a W. Okay.
any build is a W.
Okay. Yeah, I play World of Warships and W is go. So hitting W is often quite something that that people in that game will reference for no thought. You just hit W. Yeah, and then I also know WASD, W.
Good old Leroy.
Yeah,
Gotta love the play style.
Leroy Jenkins.
Dude, that guy is a legend.
Indeed.
What are you excited about in this season compared to last season?
I know it's kind of boring, and everybody's asked me multiple times, like, what am I most excited for? It was the new animations. After playing Path of Exile 2 and seeing all the animations in there, and then coming back to Last Epoch's, it's snappy, but also it's kind of arcadey in a sense that you're moving in one direction and immediately you start heading the other direction. And then when you're attacking the enemies, it's like you're punching a wall and it's punching back at you. And there's no feedback almost from it. And the fact that they are adding it doesn't look like the movement animations are going to be there, but Spears, thank you for the follow. It seems like the feedback's going to be there when you're punching, but you're still going to be kind of blocking when you're moving. And that's not too bad. I had people say they prefer the snappier movement, but yeah, I was most excited for the animations.
As someone who doesn't play other ARPGs, maybe after this, I'll be like, I could never go back. I don't know.
We shall see. We shall see, man.
This is to be seen. Are you still going to? You said you're starting Bleed Hammers?
Oh yeah, I have to start Bleed Hammers. They did away with the hammers despawning on the walls, bro. I have to. I've been complaining about that since beta. Now here's the thing, it wasn't that bad. There was only a couple objects that it would despawn on, and so for the most part it wasn't super feels bad until season 2. All the tombs, like every wall was a black hole. You're just constantly losing DPS. It was so frustrating. Oh my gosh. So I saw it. I'm like, guys, I know I've done Bleed Hammer since cycle 1.17, when they did the refresh as a starter. And I'm like, yo, I know I'm going back to the well on this one, guys, but I had to do Bleed Hammers again.
What's going to be the meta rogue? Spears, first time chatter.
Hey, what's good, Spheres?
Do you have any opinions on rogue?
I don't really play a lot of Rogue, but from what everybody's been putting out, like all the builds and everything that they've been talking about, I think Rogue might be in a good place. Um,
The Blade Dancer passive tree rework looks nice. It looks a
yeah,
lot more defensive than before.
yeah, yeah. Anything with shadows, yeah, like Naf is saying, anything with shadows. Hey, what's good, Saf? Spellblade, yeah.
Oh, Spellblade for sure. I think probably a Shuriken's build. I'm not gonna lie. Shuriken seems like it's gonna be pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, when I read that part of the patch notes, okay, so for those who didn't know, on Friday when patch notes came out, your boy was sick. I was super nauseous. I'm not going to go into too many details here, but yeah, I was reading patch notes, but like anything that didn't interest me, I wasn't going to sit there and read through it. So Rogue, sorry. I mean, I saw Falconer was getting nerfed again. I'm like, again, Falconer's
Dude,
getting nerfed again.
it was so overtuned. Like I don't know how when it came out and it was clearing like 3,000 corruption. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My only fear, since we're talking about Rogue, my only fear with Falconer is that they're just gonna keep nerfing it, and then it's gonna turn into the new Warlock.
Yeah, Warlock's kind of been dead for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I played it. I was having a hard time, and then on top of it, when you, not you, but when they released the stats, and you saw that less than 1% of players played Warlock, I was like, "Yep, you guys better figure out something for Warlock, man."
Yeah, I always play a Warlock to like 300 corruption and then something starts feeling weird. It was really strong before with the torment stuff, but now it's a little tough.
I got you. I'm sick of this Rogue slander. No. We're hyping up Rogue. I'm just afraid that that if they keep nerfing Falconer, which it might need to be nerfed a little bit more, but if they keep nerfing it, I don't want it to turn into the new Rogue. Falconer should be deleted. It is a tough class to balance.
But yeah, bro, Blade Dancer is looking good. It's looking so good right now.
Yeah, I know, bro. I was excited about that.
You want to talk about Shattered Chains? You want to talk about how many is there a Sentinel build that's not affected by that? I guess Void. Void
I
Knight.
mean, I was about to say Rive is not affected by that. Erasing Strike's not affected by that. Warpath's not affected by that. I mean, except for Erasing Strike, those are all. I mean the Void Knight versions of those builds. Yeah, the thing about Shattered Chains is it felt like it was a must play for all melee builds. Like it felt like it was a must play, and obviously the item has always been thematically void, but they left the melee in there. The thing is, now that it's not available, I guess you could take a defensive option, but there isn't really anything to replace it, and maybe that was their intention. But I feel like the one class that probably didn't need to get 20% more melee damage is now the one class that can benefit from it. And now if you're playing a melee Void Knight, it's still an auto pick. So I don't know. It's still kind of in a weird place to me.
I think the weirdest part, like you mentioned, is like they made the change, but they didn't put anything in its place. And when they did the volatile reversal changes, they buffed the rest of Sentinel.
Yeah.
Like everything got a buff. But now if you're playing Forge Guard or Paladin, if you're playing melee, like there's not an alternative damage amp. Are they maybe they're expecting us to get it from like the new idle stuff and stuff like that, or just like elsewhere? But I don't know. I didn't read anything that was like there's going to be 20% more damage by taking this.
I mean, unless you're using the new set that got released. Yeah.
The dual wielding one?
Yeah, the dual wielding one.
My, dude, that looks I'm so high. I've played so many dual wielding builds and none of them seem like they're ever going to be uber because like you lose 8%. 8% is crazy. 8% damage reduction is crazy.
Oh, wait, you lose 8%? Oh, because of the because you take the increased damage for dual wielding.
8% more damage from dual wielding, and you don't have the access to what is it called? Titan Heart?
Now you do have access to Null Portent, so if you can res stack.
It's a lot of res.
Yeah.
Other than Paladin, like I don't know who is naturally hitting it because Paladin can both get it from the shield and like naturally you're getting a lot of elemental resist.
Yeah, you're naturally getting a lot of elemental resist, and it's very easy to get fire, void, and physical resistance just by dipping into the early Void Knight tree, and then the fire and void is right there in the base Sentinel tree.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out. This might be like a week two, like
Yeah,
we have it solved. But
yeah,
right now I don't see like an easy answer.
yeah.
So
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
why do you think we're both Sentinel players?
Why are we both Sentinel players? I mean, I don't know why you're a Sentinel player, and I don't mean that as a slight. I know why I'm a Sentinel player. It was my first class that I played in the game, right? It was my first class, and I've told the story a couple times, but for since we got some people here, the reason why I started playing Sentinel is I was playing Diablo 4, and Diablo 4, the game launched. I was having a good time, and it was just nerf after nerf after nerf every day for this preseason, whatever, season zero, if you want to call it that. And then by the time we get to season one, they then release probably the worst patch definitely in Diablo history, maybe in action RPG history. They released the worst patch with just a mountain of nerfs on it. And I'm playing this season and I'm like, this sucks. And on top of it, Diablo didn't have a paladin. It does now, but it didn't have a paladin. And that was my favorite class. So I was like, I was just like, man. And then Baldur's Gate 3 came out, so I was streaming that. And then I was playing Baldur's Gate 3. And then I was like, let me go check out this game Last Epoch before I go back to Diablo. I did not touch Diablo until season 4. Because I
Dude,
got
Diablo's start was so horrendous.
It was terrible.
It was notorious.
Yeah, it was terrible. And I think one thing I also grew to really like about Paladin and just Sentinel in general was like you could get like a lot of damage out of volatile reversal, and you could also like snap out of reality. And there isn't really been a playstyle like that for action RPGs. And just the fact that I could like run up to something, smack a button, snap out of existence, start throwing hammers or whatever else I'm doing, or knowing how to time it. It took a little bit, but it was really fun. It was like it added a whole skill threshold to a class that most people said kind of sucked. Right. And then, it felt really good in beta when I pushed Void Knight past 600 corruption. And then, yeah, I loved it.
Dude, corruption back then was different. If you chose the wrong downsides to your monoliths, oh my, it could be so hard.
Bruh.
Genuinely. You could be at 300 and it would be the most insane versus like 900 and it's like, okay.
Yeah, it was so inconsistent. Those modifiers, man. You'd be playing and you take the dodge. Enemies have a chance to dodge and how it would scale with corruption, and you just be like,
you're literally doing 0 damage.
I'm not hitting anybody.
Yeah,
and then
if
you're
you stack
dying.
that, oh my.
And then
I remember I stacked one. I stacked one at 150 corruption because I wasn't really paying attention when I was like leveling a new build, and this was like 0.8. This is at the very start. I was like, this is the hardest game in the world. I don't know how these people are going like 500 corruption. This is insane.
Excuse me.
It was different back then.
Hold on. Let's take a moment. I'm going to catch up with chat real quick. Best defense is don't stand. Yeah. Why are people not running Pale Ox and Forge Guard with Shield Ring? No idea. I always think of Pale Ox as a primaless item, but you're right. It's not. Bike is a Sentinel player because he's scared to play other things because his Warlock builds are weak. Nice. Been a tank in MMOs since early 2000s. Still love it. We were out there just raw dogging corruption. Yeah. All right, back to you, Blue.
Yeah. Oh, when I started playing Sentinel, that was. Did you? Okay, back in the day, Harvest Lich was like really good. Like I'm talking about 0.9. This is like before when Sentinel was still kind of bad, right?
Yeah.
And so like I was playing Harvest Lich and I was like, okay, I actually got this build to 500. I made it work. I actually did the right thing there. And it felt pretty good, and I wanted to play another melee, and turns out there's nothing else in Acolyte that's melee.
Really?
And Yeah, so I was just because Flay wasn't out yet, so I was like, okay, Sentinel's the
Okay.
class. I got to play more melee. And then turns out after they did the rework, holy dude, it was so good. I tried multi-strike before the rework, and I could not hit like I don't know. I couldn't hit a single target for the life of me. Like whenever we went to like bosses, I would do 0 damage because they would never collide on the same target.
That's right, because you couldn't collide on the
Yeah.
same target. So when you say rework, you mean season 2, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit season 1 of Sentinel, but season 2 is where I really started picking up Sentinel because at that point that's when it started becoming interesting. I think before then Volatile Reversal was fun, but if you didn't play Volatile Reversal, you couldn't do anything. And so I
Right.
was just like VR is fun, but I was more interested in like the Paladin fantasy than I was like the Void Knight fantasy. And
Right.
I think Void Knight was like the actually good class at the time. No one's
Well,
ever talked about Ford Guard
hold
ever,
on.
so
Wait, there's a podcast. What's good, Afia? All right, back to you, Blue. Sorry, I had to call that one out.
uh, but yeah, dude, Sentinel for the past like year and a half has been so good. It's been so fun to play.
Oh yeah,
I can't get enough of Sentinel, honestly.
yeah, yeah.
I'm playing Forge Guard.
It's all I really like to play. I mean, I play other classes as everybody likes to famously point out. My Warlock build was not that great this season. It was actually really bad. It was really bad. Barely killed Aberoth, and I had like a bunch of T7s and everything on this.
Oh no.
What do we call this? Between two Sentinels? How about Babbling Beyond?
Between two Sentinels is also good. I didn't think about that. We were both Sentinels.
That's true.
Battling Beyond.
That's
Also
true.
good. Oh my God. Have you seen any of the other reworks? Because I feel like what they did for Paladin in season 2 is what they've done for Blade Dancer, Spellblade. Is there another one that got reworked this season? Do you guys know? Beyond the
Uh,
Babel. Oh, that's a good name.
Beyond the Babel. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Babbling Beyond the Babel. Blue Bike. I did throw out Blue Bike when we were talking about doing this. I'm like, Blue Bike just sounds terrible. Welcome to the Blue Bike Podcast. I'm your.
It's like, what are we talking about here? We're
Yeah.
avid cyclists. We're doing 100 miles every weekend.
You've got chainmail. Okay, so has there been any reworks to the degree that Sentinel got? I mean, Lich. I don't know. I didn't play
Right.
Lich.
It did. It was really good last season. No, but Spellblade and what Blade Dancer both did this season.
We're talking this season. Oh, okay.
This season, yeah, they
Okay.
didn't hype it up, which is crazy. But if you look at the mastery trees and the fact that they got new skills, like everything's different about Spellblade and what is it called, Blade Dancer. Like they're both so different from what they were.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person to ask about this, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm terrible to ask about this. It does look like they got a lot of changes. It does look like Dancing Strikes could be pretty fun.
Dude, it's looking hype. I'm also surprised that Sentinel got untouched. Like I'm happy. Like only the nerf. That means we can play. You know what we're playing? Spirit Xylem.
Spirit Xylem, dude. I think Spirit Xylem's going to be a problem. Like Fisher Smite this season, I think is going to be very strong. I don't know if you guys were there for the stream where I was going through I was trying to update some planners, and I went back to the Fisher Smite build, and I used Spirit Xylem for it, and it was really good. Pushed 1,000 corruption and all that. And the fact that none of that got changed, and in fact Spirit Xylem got buffed, it's going to be easier to get 2 LP, and the health and mana, even with just you know how on last Epoch tools you can choose min, average, max.
Yep.
So even with just a T7 attunement on all the gear,
It's so disgusting. You can hit 5,000.
mid was almost 6,000 health. Max was almost 7,000. It was I was just like, oh my. Obviously there's idols and stuff, but I was just like, holy, this got a buff. Dude,
Dude.
Fisher Smite. Dude, imagine running double Red Ring.
You don't even understand any smite. Every smite abuses
any
that so
smite,
much.
yeah, any smite.
I did multi-smite this last season with Spirit Xylem. Remember, you can't build melee attack speed on a staff. This thing was terrible. I had 5,000 HP and I 2-cycled Aberoth. That was last season, season 3.
Oh my gosh, you 2-cycled Aberoth.
Yeah, normal.
You were using Devotion, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There's gonna be so much mana. It's gonna be like coming out of your pockets trying to play.
Dude, I had 1,600.
1,600 mana.
That's like sorcerer levels, you know?
Okay, how to do against Uber?
I don't. Not well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
didn't have that great gear.
It wasn't there.
It was just surprisingly tanky. I think that both the Fissure Smite one and the manual cast, like maybe crit, are both going to be insane.
Okay.
And if you decide to do like an Electrify version of like the multi smite, that could be crazy too. I don't know.
Can you? It's considered a melee weapon, right? Or is it considered?
Yeah.
So you can use Titanheart.
You can't. That's why it's so disgusting.
And double red ring.
Yes.
Now I
you
know
can
they're
be the tankiest character.
Yeah, I know they're multiplicative, and so you're not actually getting, what would that be? 35% damage reduction. It gets reduced. Diminishing returns with more but yeah, like it's quite a bit.
Bro, getting a red ring this season is going to be a little hard though.
I think so. And why is that?
I am the quitter. It's going to be a little hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw me. I was getting red rings to drop just naturally, and you were like hacks. You were literally in chat, all capital. You are literally hacking right now. I'm like, dude, look, I got the 3 green bars of integrity right here, man. Like, I was like,
how are you getting red rings? Dude. Oh my god, when people ask me about loot filters, I'm like, just put red rings and nothing else, because you randomly get them like that. I'm like, I don't even know. It's actually so crazy. How do you feel about red ring and like you know how it's like 180 stat cap to make it work? How do you feel about like that mechanic and specifically that mechanic of like attribute stacking, because they've done it now with the amulet, right?
Oh, which amulet?
There's a new set amulet where every 40 total attributes you have, you get 1% flat crit, and then every 120 attributes you have, you get something else. Weaver amulet. Someone said it.
Weaver. Oh, right. Weaver amulet. I think I remember. It's a set item, but it reacts to Weaver stuff. Yeah. +1 all skills. The set amulet will be nerfed by next season. See, look, I guess I don't need to pay attention. Well, it depends. You say nerf by next season. I'm sorry, much love to EHG, but how long is it going to be until next season?
6 months from now. 6 months. That's the reality.
6 months.
See you in October.
See you in October. Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, how do you feel about that, like attribute stacking as a mechanic? Because it shows up in a lot of places.
I think it's cool. It's a much easier problem to solve now than it was in the past. And you can just get so many different sources of attributes now. Like you still got the GOAT of attribute stacking, foot of the mountain. You still got the GOAT, man. You get +12 all attributes, bro. You're already, halfway there. Whoa. Okay. Actually, I don't know if it's halfway there, but it feels like it. If you get a +12, you're like, I won.
+12,
I won. And then you got
really
2 red rings right there, and you're getting, if it's +5, 25. Yeah.
25. Yo, that's 100.
Yeah, that's
right. Those two, we're 120 right there.
Yeah, bam. It's pretty good. You're good with math there. I could only do the red rings, This one's 25, this one's 25, 50. Yay! Our powers combined.
There is the what is it called? I think you know that it's like Cleaver Solution.
Yeah. Oh god,
dude, I've wanted to play a Cleaver Solution build for so long, and I've never done it. Like just strength stacking. Move it over. I've never done it. Move it over to intelligence. Run like healing hands for ward generation, and have a stupid amount of. I know.
Excuse me.
I've never done it.
Excuse me.
I've never played Primalist either. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm not saying anything about the Primeless. You've never played a single build with Cleaver Solution. You, Blue Beyond, have
I
never.
lied. I've played one.
Okay, cool. You've redeemed yourself.
I played one. Perry did a build contest this last season before he dipped out of last Epoch, and I made a Cleaver Solution Lich that went strength stacking, and I could tank the Aberoth Slam.
Wait, you saying Perry quit? I didn't hear that.
I mean, I don't think he quit. He just stopped making.
Oh, okay.
Last Epoch videos. Yeah.
We love you, Perry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, his videos were so fun to watch.
Yeah, we love you, Perry. So you didn't play like the whole Rive Healing Hands or anything like that in season 1, or the Smite Healing Hands.
When I saw the crazy stuff that was going on with the Healing Hands board, I was like, I'm just not going to touch that. Okay. I was like, I don't know, because I know I don't know if they banned people for the Merchant's Guild exploit. Do you remember?
Oh yeah,
that happened in season 1.
Yeah, I remember Merchant's Guild exploits were pretty bad.
Yeah, I remember some action being taken on that, and I was like, I'm not touching anything that's bugged. I don't know.
Oh right, because we all thought it was a bug. We all thought, yeah, this is gonna look. They fixed Warlock. They're gonna be coming for Healing Hands. I kind of stumbled Warlock into the Rive Healing Hands. I mean, mostly through Perry. Again, Perry, we love you. And then I started messing around with it. I'm like, holy frick, this is pretty nuts. and I was like, yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure this is a bug. And then another month goes by. Yeah, guys, they're going to get around to it. I'm pretty sure it's a bug. Another month goes by. Well, at this point, what's the point?
I feel like they should be nerfing things mid-season when they're like really crazy, but they that's not their stance. So I don't know.
Well, I think the thing there was precedent from previous games mostly, where people, especially people that don't have a lot of time, they start building towards it. They're like, oh yeah, I'm going to now start going for this build. And then it gets nerfed. And it's like, well, frick, man. Just cut the legs out from underneath me.
Last Epoch is not one of those games that I can play like just a little bit of, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I don't have time to play like 3 days out of the week, I mean, that's what happened in October. I just had to stop playing. I was like, I can't do it no more.
Right, yeah.
It do be like that.
I got you, man. Life just hits you a certain type of way.
You're telling me you're getting hit by life right now.
I know, right? Yeah. It looks like I'm still streaming on Thursday, guys. So yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
It's looking like we're good to go there.
Dude, are you excited about the isn't it across the board all the primordial items have their LP chance lowered?
No, I don't think all of them had their. I think they went through and found the underperforming ones. I don't know how Spirit Xylem was one of them, but I think they might have been going off based off of usage, because they had a couple of them that all of a sudden got adjusted, and then the ones that were at the top end, they got adjusted down. You know, what was it, Spirit Veil or Thorn Shield? Not Thorn Shield. I know that's an actual
the Reflect
item.
one.
The Reflect one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Reflect.
Dude, Reflect was so disgusting this season. I don't know what they were thinking.
I didn't actually play it. Like, surprise. There was a build out there that I didn't play. I went and looked. I released like 12 build guides or something this season. I mean, 7 months, guys. Come on.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into the build guide numbers or anything like that. I'm going to go off on a tangent. It's going to be bad. I'm going to get myself canceled. So
Thicket.
We're not
there
going
we go,
there.
Saphagus. Yeah. Let's not get canceled here. Yeah.
Wait, what's the strongest build you played?
Time Rod Hammers. Time Rod Hammers was the
most recent
build.
one?
Oh, you mean ever? Strongest build
ever.
I have ever played.
Dude, that Time Rod Hammers build looked crazy though. I don't know for the rest of you guys if you saw it, but it was like it was clearing 1,300 corruption like butter, man. You could have gone
just
further.
walking around. Yeah. It's really hard to tell because so many times I just stop after 1,000 corruption. I guess you could say season 2 Judgment, because I actually killed Uber Aberoth with it. season 1 healing hands with the bolts. I think I did like, I got to like 1300 corruption or 1200 corruption. I was just like, okay, cool, the build works. I mean, but that one was more like, just look how I had over 100,000 ward. It was less about the build was super good and more like you just can't die. I guess it was actually in the
Infinite
same boat.
HP glitch.
It was in the same boat as that Judgment build, yeah. Umbral Blades version 0.4. Let's go, King Cobra. You wouldn't download a build, would you?
Wait, there was a 0.4. I only started playing in 0.8. There was a 0.4?
Season 3 Reflect Sprig in 1800C. I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, I don't really know how powerful some of these builds could go because I always generally stop around 1,000 to 1,100 corruption. And you know, some builds I already know, like that was kind of pushing it, like yeah, sure, I did it, but this isn't optimal for playing the build. And then there's other builds like that Time Rot Hammers build. I stopped at 1,200 corruption, and then when I was gearing up for the Erasing Strike build, I pushed corruption for the fun of it on Time Rot. Yeah, you saw it. I was pushing it for the fun of it, and I was hitting 1,300 corruption, and I'm just like, yo, I don't know how far this can go. Yeah, I don't know how far this can actually go with the level of gear that I have on here. My gear was not the greatest, and I was doing that.
Is Afia a hardcore player?
Afia is a hardcore player.
Dude, I don't know how he does it or they do it, because I'm not gonna, I like pushing things until I die, and then I'm like, okay, I need to fix it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I got you.
I would be so stressed if I couldn't die once. I die like 100 times getting a build up to par.
I mean, I guess you could just start in hardcore, because you know, in last Epoch, when you die in hardcore, you go to softcore. Now you would lose your stash, which would be pretty devastating. And I know, you know, shout out QB1 Junkie. He likes to play hardcore solo character found. All right, he plays hardcore solo character found. Essentially, if he dies, all of his stuff gets deleted, and he then deletes the character. And I'm like,
that is so insane.
I mean, but it's like, it's kind of like the thrill, you know, like you coming close to the edge, and you know.
Look, if I want the thrill, I'll go skydiving. Okay,
yeah,
that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
that's a thrill. But oh my, that is terrifying, because you are also a COF player primarily, and I'm a COF player.
Yeah,
our stashes we have some huge stashes.
Yeah.
Like it. There's gear that I have that, like the random 4LP. I forget what it's called. The thing I found, that relic that I found, that 4LP. I'm like, I'm probably never going to use it, but I have it. I have a 4LP.
What relic was that?
I posted in your Discord at some point.
Oh, right. It was Marama's hilt or something. Curse speed. And
that's the one.
Yeah, curse speed.
Yeah. I have a 4LP bow in Legacy. I don't play marksman though.
Yo, thanks for subscribing over on YouTube.
Let's go, another sub. Why do you think, from like observation, because we're neither of us are marksman players, and you saw the numbers, right, this last season for like the player distribution relatively?
Yeah.
Marksman was at like 1% or something really low. Like, it was not a lot.
Okay, are you asking why I don't think it's...
Why? Well, this last season was the Heartseeker?
No, Heartseeker season 2.
Oh, shoot, really? Oh. Never mind. I thought I was on to something. I was going to be like, Heartseeker came out and no one played marksman? I guess not.
Well, and why didn't that momentum carry? Because so many people were talking about playing marksman in season 2. I don't know if they released the numbers, but some weird sins is pointing it out. The class didn't get like a rework or anything. It got a new skill, and that's about it. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think their skill tree got changed that much, if at all. And they got Heartseeker, and then it turned out Heartseeker, while cool, didn't really do as much damage as what people thought. Like, I feel like the one time marksman was really just clearing everything was the Yolkor's knife net trap, whatever shenanigans.
The entire screen is gone. 2 screens away is gone.
The unique item for Heartseeker was underwhelming. Yeah, I found like a 3 LP and I wanted to use it, and everybody's like, dude, I'm going to save you some time. Just stop. Get some help.
I think they should make things like be a little broken, just like really hard to become broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to make like 10 things go your way, but then your damage might be like just stupid damage.
Okay. Okay. So,
Because
like, go ahead.
you know, they nerfed all the set items preemptively before the set crafting came out.
Yeah.
And then Rune Master obviously was insane because of Velatria's is just crazy, like right, like the flat damage. But like everything else, other than I think your Void Knight build, everything else only kind of used set items okay. They were so scared of Legends Entwined, you know? And set items are pretty hard to craft. Like getting an Exalt with a set, having enough forging potential to make everything, it's not easy.
Yeah. So the set crafting got introduced in season 2, and everybody was really excited about it, about all the new possibilities that could happen. And then it's like, oh wait, they just preemptively nerfed all this stuff because they thought it might be too crazy. And then what ended up kind of taking over from that was that everybody was more interested in a new mechanic that also got introduced, which was locking in the guaranteed unique slam. And that, I think, just made it was like you didn't even get a chance to do the meme of Toy Story. Like, I don't want to play with you anymore. You didn't even get there, because then, like you pointed out, turns out set crafting is really freaking annoying. And for the most part, the only viable sets, I mean, except for like Velatria's, but the only viable sets in season 2, I mean, I guess you can point out the Time Raw Hammers build that I did, but you know, I guess you could point out that, but like they got their damage nerfed and it was really annoying. I feel like, and everybody was like, oh yeah, people are going to be using the last bear set. You're going to be playing all these builds where people are going to be crafting on the last bears. You're going to seal an affix on your helmet, your chest, and your gloves. Bam, instant 30 strength, right?
And endurance threshold. It looked so good.
Yeah, it looked so good. And then it just turned out, oh, wow, this is actually a pain in the ass, in the literal ass to set up. And then it's like, oh, look over there. Somebody's wearing a full build of uniques, and it's not full of just random uniques with random affixes. You actually got T7s that you were confident slamming on there, knowing that T7 would go over. And it just completely, the amount of power that introduced overshadowed anything sets could have been. And I think that's why they're now going back through like, no, wait, sets are cool. Let's look at these new sets. We're buffing some of the other sets.
And the fact that Erasing Strike beat Uber with all 1 LP items.
I mean, Erasing Strike was overtuned. I mean, it was overtuned, but yeah. Like,
but if that's what's making waves, like, why are you using set items, you know?
Exactly. Why are you using set items?
Yeah, so I hope going forward they have like the mentality of like, if it's hard to get, maybe we're a little lax on the numbers.
Or just see if it becomes a problem and then nerf it in the next season. I feel like it's the great thing about seasonal content. You just let everybody know, like, hey guys, we're introducing this new thing. And it's going to last for the season, and then we'll reevaluate. And
I think, dude, I think Time Rock Javelin was so good for the game, even though it was broken. Like, it was a new surge of momentum in the middle of the season.
It was. It really was. Because everybody was like complaining about, oh, the season's figured out. We know everything right now. Wah, wah, wah. And then all of a sudden, Time Rod Javelin comes out of nowhere. And then everybody's like, wow, look at this. This is amazing. I'm like, wait, I thought you said the season was figured out.
That's the best part. When there's like a mid-season surge because something crazy shows up, that's what we want.
Yeah, that was great. Also, another thing that I feel like helped, and EHG could, in my opinion, possibly consider doing this like every other season, at least for me. I found a lot of people kind of stuck around when they reintroduced the Twitch drops. When the Twitch drops came back, I saw my numbers like going back up again. I'm like, these are old Twitch drops. It's just everybody trying to get them.
Yeah. And I think more eyes on the game, like over time, will rejuvenate people's interest. Because, like, let's say you come in and play one build and you go crazy with that one build and you feel good about it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And then you're like, oh, I don't want to get started on a new build. But then, like, 3 weeks later, you see someone playing something crazy. Like, seeing them play the crazy thing will get you back into the game. That's how
exactly.
I feel about it.
When you hack the system, you get to find all the secrets. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Tech. That was a season where people were complaining that the season was figured out because everybody was hacking it, and still, Time Rot Javelin came out of nowhere and surprised literally everybody. Yeah.
Oh my. I thought I looked at like the notes I have on the side.
Oh, you got notes.
Dude, I want your opinion on this, okay?
Okay.
Why do you think, in your opinion, they added this to the game recently? Or recently might be wrong. It's probably been there for a while. Parry, the mechanic of parry, is completely unused. Like, this is, by the way, it negates all hit damage.
Yeah,
It should be,
yeah, yeah.
it seems so broken defensively. It's like a better block. No one builds that.
Well, I think the reason why is it only goes on your weapon, and as far as I'm aware of, it only goes on your weapon. And I think Rogue might have some parry built into their skill tree or whatnot, but then it also has a hard cap of 75, and it was just like it's hard to find. It caps at 75, and you don't like. I don't know about you, but when I'm using my weapon, the last thing I want to do is put like a big defensive stat on it. And
Or like, especially on your prefix. It's a prefix, isn't it?
it's a prefix that's a slot that's competing with your melee critical strike chance, your flat melee damage, your percent melee damage, though I don't think that's as good, but I'd probably still take percent melee damage over parry. Again, we love you, Parry. But with parry chance, like and it only comes on your weapon, and then they hard cap it at 75, but there's very few sources of it. It's
Yeah.
I don't know, like, why put in a hard cap of 75% if the only source of it is on your weapon? Are you thinking everybody's going to be dual wielding parry chance? Like, I'm gonna slap on some double T7 parry chance on my swords and go to town. I mean, you got Sword Catcher, which has parry chance like built into the item, and it actually helps proc a lot of nice things about Sword Catcher. It's parry bad, yeah. About
But Saf is right, dude. Dodge is the same. Like, I think those two mechanics need to be reworked. They shouldn't be completely avoiding damage, and you should be able to like stack them.
yeah, because if you could get 100% dodge chance, no hits, right? Look at Warlock when they're in the Profane Veil.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking strong when they can just do that. And like, yeah, I don't know.
It's essentially the healing hands HP, right? It's the same concept. If you can't take damage, then something is wrong.
You can take damage from dots. You run into a puddle on the ground or whatever, but yeah, like, and then the same thing with parry. It's the same thing. You negate the hit, but you would still take the the dots if you get hit by. Yeah, because like it's a real feels bad when you build into all this parry chance and you feel great and amazing, and then there's that one attack you don't parry or dodge. In this case, I mean dodge. Sorry, I misspoke. There's that one attack you don't dodge, and then you just get flattened onto the ground. When I play Rogue, I just take the glancing blow. I convert it. I just take glancing blow.
It feels so bizarre, man. It's like, it's one of those things where I wish Rogue had, or no, Rogue now does have better defenses, and the way Rogue has stacked its defenses has always been interesting. But when you're building like ZHP and you're expecting your dodge to do something, and then you walk into a puddle against Uber, that's not fun. And Uber, like, so much of High Corruption too, even though they've nerfed damage over time, is damage over time. Like, I feel like Dot is like the main killer. Because crit, like, everyone kind of has crit solved now. So you don't really have to get like you're either blinding or you have enough, crit reduction. So
Yeah. Unless you're me and you just run a Leonines and YOLO. I'm like, okay, 15% more. Well,
hey,
okay.
Leonine goes up to 85.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm
Craft better.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
now you're taking 15%
That's nothing.
increased damage from the crits. Well, at a certain level of corruption, 15% increased damage from the crits is actually like, honey, give me the ice pack.
I'm not gonna lie, I do the same. I'm like Leonines and call it a day.
Yeah,
that's why
me.
I love
That's
Sentinel.
me. Yeah, Leonines and call it a day.
Oh, dude, I don't know if you saw, but there's a lot of Void Sorcerer stuff, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I saw you post a video about it, and I was like, this is not Sentinel. I don't know if I said it, but I was like, this ain't Sentinel. I'm like, what is this?
Because so like when the Harbingers came out in like 1.1,
yeah,
they introduced all these Void items for like every class. Basically every class had like items that scaled with Void when you got from Harbinger drops.
Yeah,
and I was like, no class has good Void scaling. Why are they doing this? 2 seasons later, it's here.
I'm sorry, that's just sad. 2 seasons later. 2 seasons later. When did that season come out? It was 2024, right?
Yeah.
Cycle 1.1 was July 2024. 2 seasons later. Two seasons later, huh? You mean 2 years later?
Okay, and the like next worst thing to that is like that's how the game released without Harbingers, by the way. Without Avaroth. There was no final boss of the game.
Right, yeah. Final boss was Corruption 2000 Orbis or whatever, yeah.
If Last Epoch released the way it released in 1.1, imagine the amount of players that would have stayed, because there was literally no target. So people dropped like flies, and there was 250k playing at once on the first day that crashed the servers.
Yeah, the whole server crashing thing, like, yeah, obviously some of that is on EHG, but it was a bad look for EHG, and they kind of had to take it on the chin because, for those who didn't know, they used Amazon servers back then, and the day before, Amazon servers took a literal dump. And it lasted for a little while, and they had so much trouble spinning up servers. Also, there was a lot more people than they were expecting, but it doesn't help when their main server provider oops, that's why they're on Microsoft Azure servers now. They left them behind. Like, it wasn't we weren't ready. It was, no, they got let down in their biggest moment, and they haven't hit those same player peaks since.
It's so tough. It's like, this is my RPG of choice, and I'm just like, holy cow, there's a different world. Like, if we had the player numbers that we had from that, I would not be a content creator, which is crazy to say.
If you had the player numbers from launch, you would not be a content creator?
Dude, the only reason I started making content was I was playing the game in 1.1 and no one else was, and that's how I found you. Because you were like one of the few people making content. You, Dread, and like a handful of other people. Maybe like Aaron. Trickster.
Yeah,
Aaron for sure.
Trickster, Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of content creators going.
It was the drought.
Well, and then it didn't help that Cycle 1.1 came out, and then like the next week, a new Path of Exile League launched, and it was like the best Path of Exile. It was the Settlers of Catan, right? No, I know it's something else, but it was the so it was kind of a double-edged sword. The league launches on a Wednesday. That Friday, everybody's going over to their patch notes reveal stream and everything for Path of Exile, and then by that next week, boom. Also, they weren't really advertising too well, and the whole cycle system kind of came like reared its ugly head. Like, a lot of people thought it was an update to the current, like they didn't realize it was another season. They thought it was an update to the current season. And
that's what they advertised it as, which was so weird.
Cycle 1.1, and you're like, okay, cool, let me know when the next one comes out or something. Like, I know I'm saying that kind of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like really got turned off by that, and that's why a lot of the player numbers are down. But the game has actually gotten so much better in the time, and I'm like, if your developers are that good, you just need to get a couple more people on sales or marketing, you know?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
indeed.
Dude, are you excited about I'm in one of the builds I'm thinking of playing for against Uber, I'm just going to use a straight up set item. Like not even slamming it onto an exalted item, I'm just using the set.
You're using Jotuns, right?
Yeah. The sword. Dude, the tier 7 affix of that sword only equals the set item. So there's no point in running like that on an exalted item because you can't get any better because they made the set item have that good stats.
Okay, so you're saying that the tier 7. Okay, I'm trying to picture in my head. So you're saying that the tier 7 is equal to what you could get on the set item normally, and assuming you're running an exalted with only one tier 7, right? We're probably not going to have double and triple exalted items that much in this next season. So, rip to the builds that, corrupt them. Yeah. But you could corrupt the set item. And honestly, like just
Easier
an aside, like all the build planners I've put out, I have not been recommending corruption because I don't know how the mechanic's going to work, except for the builds that are using a literal set item. I'm not saying a reforged set item, because believe me, if you get every affix you want on there and it's a reforged set, you're not corrupting that. Forget that. But if you're just using a literal set item, it's the easiest thing to... I mean, unless it's a really difficult one to get the rolls you want on there, you're just going to corrupt it. So for my Time Raw Hammers build, I use the set shield because it's a ton of damage. It's a ton of damage that you get with it. And I'm recommending to people, use that shield and corrupt it. And corrupt them until you get the plus 10% block chance. Because it also got its block chance increased to 25, well, a maximum of 25 on the implicit. Not the implicit, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know how all the set items have whatever. So I'm just like, find all your 25s and then corrupt all of them until you get 10% block chance. Boom.
Dude, Ronnie, that's what everyone's saying. They're all saying the set item's going to be crazy. We'll see.
Yeah,
it depends on red rings too.
Yeah, first time chatter. What's good, bot Ronnie?
But I think Weird Sins brought something up, which is like, what if you slammed it on a tier 7 exalt? And I put this into the last Epoch planner, and I don't know if this was a bug on the planner side or if this is how it actually works, but when you slam a set item onto an exalted item, it's technically not an exalted item anymore. It's technically a set item. So it doesn't actually benefit from Whetstone Gavel because Whetstone is specifically exalted. But if that's a bug on the planner, I'm going to do that. That seems so sick.
I mean, we could ask the devs, but in my mind, I didn't even think
it does.
I didn't even think about it. Dev said it will benefit. Okay, confirmed by Mike. Okay, yo, welcome. Welcome to Realizations with Babbling Beyond, all right? Mind blown. This guy over here released an entire planner shouting the gospel of use the set item. You might have to change some things, my good kind sir.
Dude, I literally made a planner with Whetstone, and then I saw that the stats didn't double, so I was like, I can't slam a tier 5 on there. I have to slam a tier 7.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. Weird Sins, I'm doing that. That seems so sick.
Okay, yo. All right, dude. This dude's build might have just gotten pushed up to 11.
Juiced. Also, Whetstone is like one of those things where I feel like it should be good because it's so defensive, right? It gives you like up to 13 all attributes and something like armor applying to damage over time. So it gives you a lot of really good attributes, and then it doubles the stats of your exalted item. And last season I tried it, but like every dual wielding build was like only okay, you know? I think dual wielding might actually be legit this season.
I mean, you said you're also playing a paladin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you might be able to pull off that no portent with the Whetstone. Brother.
So Whetstone Gavel is I think it's a one-handed mace that gives your exalted weapon in your offhand double the stats. It does 90 to 100% double the stats. So if you have like 30% crit multi on there, it'll be 60% crit multi. If you have 50 flat damage on there, it'll be 100 flat damage. And it'll do that for every affix you have on there. So if you get like a double tier 7 on an exalted item on your offhand, it's going to be so wild. And the Yorman set giving you 20% more damage with that 2-piece. The 3-piece is so, I'm not going to curse. It's so bad.
I mean, you can. I've been cursing. I mean, not too hard, but
It's cheeks, bro. It's like
cheeks.
crazy. Why is it 10% crit multi? Where's the
Yeah.
I don't know.
I literally just had a thought while you were talking because you said it's a mace, right? And
Yeah,
and
5% more damage.
you said it's Yorman's, right? I've been calling it
Yorman's?
Jotun.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I'll try and answer your question in a second, Bot Ronnie, but I just had a thought. What, since it's a mace on Warpath, you know how if you're using a mace, it gives you physical pen, and you're using a sword that benefits off of bleed, which is physical.
Wait. Mace is fire pen.
No, that's scepter.
Ooh.
Mace is physical pen. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Warpath low-key caught a buff for everything that's not Void Knight.
What do you mean?
Because they capped the amount of mana it can take. So you can actually infinite sustain the max cap.
Yeah, that's what everybody. Right. If you can sustain the whatever happens at 10, you can just spin for forever, right?
Yeah.
Problem is, it's not Spirit Xylem. Yeah.
True. Dude, there's so much to cook.
So much to cook. Real quick, Bot Ronnie in the chat. What do you guys think about the new balance changes and them finally giving in just increasing the base numbers for so many skills? I'm so happy they finally started doing this, but I'm kind of like, why only now? I mean, I did notice that a couple skills got their numbers increased, but like I said, I don't really play Spellblade. I don't really play Rogue. So I mean, maybe the full realization didn't hit me. What about you, Bluvion?
I'm glad they tried other things and they know it's not on the table, because I think it's good they did it. That's all I'll say. It's good they did it eventually. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. What else you got?
Did you see this actually might be bad for everyone. Did you see the champion buff?
No, I saw that everybody's getting buffed. Oh wait, no, I did see that a lot of champions are getting buffed, and I saw that there's going to be like a health and damage increase across the board, starting at a certain level.
Yeah, champions are looking spooky in high corruption.
Possessed champions.
Dude, it's already so tough.
Yeah, just add that prefix right there. Possessed champions.
Do you like taking the enraged on your Weaver tree that makes them drop like more stuff?
I mean, I do at a certain corruption, but
I always take it as soon as I get over 500 because I'm like, more loot. But that's going to be so scary.
Dude, it's going to be rough.
Champions are going to be possessed.
Which
yeah.
One-shot players. Yo, what's good,
dude? That possessed switch was crazy.
Bro, like you could definitely tell, like when you're pushing past 1,000 corruption, and then you hit some possessed mobs, and you feel like your build's getting humbled. Like you're like, yeah, guys, look, this build's the best build ever. Look at me now. Look at me now, and you're crushing everything, and then you hit your first possessed mob at 1,100 corruption. You're like, oh frick, please, sorry, mercy.
I think, you know how they, like, I don't know if it was this season or the last season, they made a change and everyone was like, oh, the game is harder now. And some people were like, it's a feature. And some people were like, it's a bug. And it was a bug.
Don't get me started.
The game is actually harder now.
The game is actually harder now. Yeah, the game is actually harder. Don't get me started on that. Oh, man. Oh, bro, I'm going to go on to a rant. Please. Next question.
Okay. This is a tangent, and you cannot say the hammer wall hammer thing for this, okay? What is the most frustrating thing in Last Epoch that you've seen, and has EHG fixed it? And if so, did they do it quickly or what? Not hammers. I know for a fact you're going to say hammers.
I mean, yeah, that would be my default answer. So thanks for prefacing that. And no, they didn't fix it quickly.
Dude, they did not. For me, I think there was a desync buff that was happening in the early season that they ended up fixing in 1.2. Okay. And I think that's like the big, like, I would have times where I'm just coming out of Aberoth, or maybe they just fixed it. I don't remember. I'm coming out of Aberoth.
Pause. You just defeated Aberoth. All right, phrasing here, man.
Wait.
Coming out of Aberoth, you pull out, huh? Okay, cool. Welcome to the show, everybody. This has been the podcast. Let's go.
Flip and ship it. Anyway, so I did not defeat Aberoth. I died to Aberoth or like Uber or something with a build, and then I perma-die. Like, I just can't stop dying.
Yeah.
And the game just crashes. I don't know if they fixed it yet. It hasn't happened to me in a while. But, like, I'll be there for, like, 10 minutes straight. Like, when is this going to end? Is it going to happen today?
Okay, let me think. Bot Ronnie, another great question, but hold on to that one real quick. Okay, so I think the whole last season where the enemies were doing like double damage, one-shotting you out of nowhere, people thought it was a feature. The fact that they didn't even really talk about it until it was a reply on a Reddit post, that was super frustrating, but they fixed that. Right now, for me, that's going on that like I even stopped kind of using them for a little while. I don't know about you, but the cosmetics, they just unequip. They just unequip on me, and I don't know what's going on. And somebody said I can edit a game file to make that stop, and I'm like, but I shouldn't have to.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
I shouldn't have to. So I just stopped using the cosmetics, and I don't know if it's been fixed, but I noticed that I did like, some thumbnails and stuff, and I put cosmetics on. I took the thumbnail, I log out of the game, and you know how you log in and you're supposed to see your character with the cosmetics? They're all unequipped again. So, I mean, maybe I should uninstall and reinstall the game. Yo, Bot Ronnie, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, the crazy thing for me was when I sent you the screenshot. My Sentinel was like completely nude for some reason. I was like, what happened here?
What happened? Yeah.
Where did he go?
I'm not
MG
sure.
or COF?
Do you guys play MG or COF? I mean, I mostly play COF. Have you even ever played MG before?
I played it in 1.2, I think, but I really didn't like.
We were just talking about this guy. QB1 Junkie, thank you for the raid.
We were actually just talking
we
about
were just talking about you. We were talking about hardcore, and I'm like, oh yeah, QB1 Junkie, man. He's out here playing hardcore solo character found.
Yeah, you're wild for that.
Yeah, you're wild, QB. Well, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Let me give you a shout out right now. Hopefully you're having a good one.
While Bike's doing that, I played COF once, Ronnie, and I don't know how you feel about it if you've been playing it, but MG always felt like you hit your items super quickly, and it's not like linear. It's like a random spike, and then you're crazy. And I didn't enjoy that. I like slowly building my character. It feels like I had more fun. So
that's a one, right?
One what?
Oh, there it is. Cool. I must have misspelled it. All right. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Everybody go follow QB1 Junkie. Absolute, what's the word? Masochist right here. Playing that hardcore solo character found. All right, Bat. Sorry, Blue. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, like, MG, it's a real spike in power whenever you get your items, It's like crazy. Where COF feels like a straight line. Like, you're always making progress. There's always the next upgrade. MG sometimes feels like I gotta go back and farm currency because I missed my slam.
So I didn't hear, like, we got rated right at that point. I asked, did you ever play MG? What did you say?
I played it in like I think 1.2.
Oh wow, yeah, that was a tough
Yeah.
season to play. That was a really tough season to play merchants. Did you
Yeah.
start off as a merchant player, or did you play Koff and then switch over? Okay, at least you had the option to possibly sell something, because it just got to a point where there was nothing.
There
Like,
was no buyers. Yeah.
yeah, there was no buyers. Well, I mean, there was buyers, but you couldn't really buy anything of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Merchants Guild twice. I played Merchants Guild twice. I played it in cycle 1.1.7, the refresh. Remember when they reset the season? And I started off as Merchants Guild. And one thing I definitely noticed is, like, I would just be selling random exalted affixes, and they were just selling. They were just selling. Now, of course, this is back before we had Havocs and all this other stuff. I'm just selling random affixes, and I'm just like, 50K, 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 50K. So I was able to buy some stuff, but then that just kind of ran out because that particular cycle, like, quickly just started. Like I said, the Path of Exile season launched, and so, or League, excuse me, League launched. But then, yeah, so that went away, and then I played it recently in the middle of this very long season that we're in right now. And I came over with what I like to say the Koff credit card. I had what was it, 10 million in gold, and brother, people, I could buy, like, I bought Red Rings for 300K. I bought Shattered Worlds for 250 or 300K. I bought Immortal Vice for 500K. I was literally buying whatever I wanted for on the cheap, man.
And that's actually something I think Wacko mentioned it, which is you can buy items in Merchant's Guild without beating Uber that are Uber drops, and you can't do that in COF.
No, you
So
can't.
sometimes builds that like I'm making, I'm like, I can't include
Right, right.
those items here. Like you just can't do it. But in Merchant's Guild, you technically could.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like Merchant's Guild, you get your stuff way sooner if that's your vibe.
Oh yeah, you can definitely get up and
Yeah.
going a lot faster. But here's what I found with Circle of Fortune, especially if you're committed to one build, right? The There will eventually come a point where I feel like, I mean, maybe you can compete on Merchants Guild. Actually, this last season you could compete because it was a buyer's market, but like the amount of, like, affixes and stuff I had on my gear, man, it was nuts for that erasing strike. And it's just stuff I had sitting in my stash. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the same with imprints. That's also going to probably hurt Merchants Guild, right? Because you'd be playing and you find, like, this triple exalt, like if you're playing Merchants Guild and you find this triple exalted item, you start imprinting it, man. That's cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching every time you get some stuff to drop.
COF feels like cheesing the game. Whoa, that's the take I haven't heard before.
Drops don't feel exciting. I mean, the thing for me, when I was playing Merchants Guild, I'd get a great drop and I'd be like, well, this isn't for my build. This is for somebody else's build. I'll go sell it.
Yeah. I think when I get like a crazy drop, I'm like, oh, this is a build I should play now because I'm like, that's something that you can never find in Merchant's Guild,
Yeah.
you know? And COF is just like, well, I'm not going to find the rest of the pieces or sorry, MG, it's like, I'm not going to find the rest of the pieces in the same way. You just find one piece and you still have to buy the rest. So
No, because
we're COF players.
Yeah, no, because if something insane drops, but if it's not for you, you can't do anything with it. Well, also depends on how you tune your loot filter. Us Circle of Fortune players have very tight loot filters because we got loot literally raining from the sky. So, like, I rarely find something that's giga Chad, and it does nothing for my build. It might do something for a build that I might have a couple rules in there because I'm like, oh, that would be great for this build that I'd like to play. But for the most part, there's probably a ton of great items that I've never found in Circle of Fortune because I was playing with a tight loot filter.
Yeah. Also, for anyone that's not playing the game often, make sure whenever you make a loot filter, just check Red Ring and make it all caps in a different color.
It's a rule. The tighter the better, QB, please. This is a family show.
At least he's not coming out of Aberoth, man.
Yeah, I know. You were talking about coming out of Aberoth. Then you got QB1 Junkie over here saying, the tighter the better, folks.
Oh, I'm not going to live that down, man.
Yeah. Yo, Wacko, thanks for the follow. Yeah, can we go back and clip that out? And hey, we hit 1,400 followers. Thank you, big Wacko. Yeah, we're talking loot filters. Loot filters. Get your minds out the gutter. What else you got for me, man?
I have some more general stuff, or like whatever direction you want to go in.
I'm cool with any direction.
Okay. I know you said you played Baldur's Gate, right? Did you ever play Divinity? It was the game before.
Oh yeah, I played Divinity Original Sin, the OG one, back in 2014. I made it pretty far. So after I played Divinity, and then I played Baldur's Gate 3, I'm like, wait, this is just Divinity with it literally felt like Divinity with a Dungeons and Dragons skin on top of it.
Oh yeah.
It's literally like, because I'm a long time dungeon master. I've played a lot of 5e. The guy I keep calling Tilron, Master Chutoy, in chat. I call him Tilron because that was the name of his last character in our game.
Did he live to the end, or did the
oh yeah, that was a 3-year campaign that ended.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a 3-year campaign that ended because when it ended 2 weeks before last Epoch officially launched. That's when I was going hardcore. That's when I was going hardcore on the streaming. On Time Dungeon Master, I thought we were trying to keep things. This guy. Much love some weird sins. Yeah. So what about BG3 or Divinity?
When I played Divinity, I think what I really like about Divinity is it's kind of like attribute stacking, where it's like your damage directly scales based off the attributes you have. And BG3, it felt like everything was based off of your unique items in Last Epoch, basically. And I like the RPG elements of BG3, but I don't actually like the combat of it that much.
Okay, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons before?
Yeah, I played, honestly, not that much. I played like 5 sessions with some of my friends, but they were really like theater of the mind.
Oh,
and I was not about it.
I know what you mean. Right. That's how I first got introduced to it, and I was like, nope, because it was just some guy sitting on a couch, all like, okay, so what do you do? So I walk into the room and I look around the corner. Roll a perception check. 20. You see there is a giant spider. What do you do? I roll for attack. Roll initiative. You know, that sort of thing. I'm like, well, what does that even look like? You look around the corner. What?
Yeah, dude. People that are really into roleplay, like, they love that, and I think that's like what ends up being the fun part about D&D 2 once you get more into it. But starting it's a little tough, man.
Yeah. Just found out I'm going to wake up at 9 a.m. for season 4 launch. You're going to be right there, Wacko. Or is it Waco? Wait. It's probably Waco, Waco, Texas. Texas.
Oh, true. I am in Texas, so I should know that.
Wait, you're in Texas? Are you from Texas?
Born and raised.
Okay, cool. I lived east of Dallas for 3 years. Okay. I'm from California, but I lived east of Dallas, about an hour east of Dallas. So
you were working here, right?
Yeah. I so during the Great Recession, that's what we're calling it. I couldn't find any work out here, and so I through my church, I was able to go to I was able to find an opportunity at a Christian ministry working as an intern. So I was working in their kitchens there. And after 3 years, I decided to come back to California because all my family was here, and then I got a job with the military. So been my 14th year, so I mean, yeah, but yeah, I picked up a little bit of a drawl, and so a lot of people think I'm from the Midwest now, and I just shock people. I'm like, no, California, born and raised.
I think a lot of Midwest is huge though. It starts in like Illinois, and then it goes all the way to like Nevada. Yeah. That's like I don't know if that's Midwest
Wait,
anymore, but we're all kind of grouped in
yeah,
together.
would you consider Colorado Midwest?
Okay, Colorado's like a pocket of uniqueness,
It's a pocket of
you know?
uniqueness.
But if you go to Reno, like people there sound like they're from the Midwest.
Dang, we all in Texas. Yo, let's go Sicar. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all are, huh? Michigan to Missouri. You know, that's probably like the true pocket of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Maybe that's right.
Yeah. So it sounds like most of our last Epoch questions are probably come to an end.
Yeah. Does anyone have any?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's open it up to Q&A. I was making you guys wait quite a little bit. Do you guys have any questions for us? Real quick here, actually, how about you guys talk to Blue over here? I'm gonna go take my sleepy time meds.
What is upstream? This is my face does not exist on the internet until now. I don't know why my lips are so red. Don't look at them. What's your hot take on season 4? I think, dude, you know how they're making corrupted items? I'm pretty sure that's going to be like a breaker for some people. Like taking all the time to make an item insane and just to break it, the amount of time it's going to take, I don't think they decrease the amount of time it's going to take to actually farm up items. So it looks like the journey to get a really good corrupted item might be a long one. I'll just put it like that. The sleepers of season 4. What's your farming strat? Okay, I'll let Bike answer the farming strat. The sleeper of season 4. You know, I thought my Void Sork was going to be the sleeper of season 4, but I don't think it's a sleeper anymore.
Is there a downside to corrupting items? Yes. What is your favorite farming strat in LE? How about you first, Blue? What's your favorite farming strat?
I'm the worst person to ask on this because I am suboptimal as hell. I'm literally just push as much corruption as possible and then blast.
Yeah, I'm the same way because here's the thing. I've told people this quite a bit. When I get home from work, because I work full time. I'm not like trying to brag, but I think most people who are last Epoch content creators, unless, you know, there's a few of you guys out there who made it. I'm very happy for you, but for the most part, most of us probably work some sort of job, right? So I work full time. I come home, spend a little bit of time with my wife, get ready for the stream, and then I go live. Here's the thing. I'm ready to relax, but I'm also streaming. So I'm not thinking, yo, if I do this into that, and then and that's oh yeah, I'm like, push corruption, grab some prophecies, hit the monos, hit the timelines, and just go. Have a tight loot filter. I don't like running woven echoes over and over again. I don't like if I do this into that, I just run through and I play. And then if something drops, it's like, yay! So, and I still get pretty good stuff. Right?
The right person to ask is Frozen Sentinel.
Frozen
the spreadsheet
Sentinel,
man
yeah.
himself.
Yo, Frozen,
Yeah.
if you're here, man, you know, you're amazing. Tsunami's your bet on sleeper.
Oh, is that the Alluvion? Is that related to that? I know they buffed it. It's like the
dude,
two-handed sword from
Yeah, Luvion caught a pretty nice buff.
Yeah.
Tsunami Scorpion.
Bro, I've never played Primalist in my life. I have no idea what that is.
If I had to say what I thought a sleeper build might be, dude, I think Time Rot Hammers, I think Time Rot Hammers is going to surprise some folks. Because by the time I released Time Rot Hammers last season, a lot of people had already kind of moved on, so it didn't get as many views. And I felt like a lot of you guys, when I was playing Time Rot Hammers to farm up for a racing strike, were like, whoa, what's this build? You know, like a lot of you guys hadn't even seen it. And so, and it was just cruising through 1300 corruption, right? So I think Time Rot Hammers would be pretty strong. I don't know if it's going to be the strongest. Bleed Hammers, I think, might be sneaky kind of strong, but I don't think it's as much of a sleeper because a lot of people are rejoicing the oh my god, they fixed the hammer. Oh, you know, they're rejoicing that. Dude,
I think the black hole buff might be crazy. And I think Sork has new life in it.
Dude,
That's all I'm
did you
saying.
see that video that Frozen Sentinel put out where he was already like giga chunking Uber Aberoth? And people are like, yeah, this is not one shotting. I'm like, dummies. This is currently in season 3 before the buffs. Before the buffs. I didn't even engage with those people in his chat. I'm like, you know what, Frozen, you're too good for these people. I'm like, this is before
Dude,
the buffs. I'm
did you
like,
see the sword he was using?
no.
Dude, it was the spine of Melatros. That's the warlock sword.
He was using the warlock sword. Oh,
The
because it gives
warlock
all that
sword.
damage over time. Damage, right?
Yeah, I think it also gives like +6, like up to +6 to levels for fire and damage over time skills, and
Oh,
you
that's
can
what it
turn.
was. That's what it
Yeah,
was. Poker 8909. What do you guys think about Rogue changes? I don't really play Rogue. It looks like it's going to be a lot of great changes. What about you, Frozen? I feel like we talked about it quite a bit. How about a TLDR for somebody who just got here?
well, I ain't frozen, but
Yeah,
I will say,
for Rogue.
um, yeah, for Rogue, I think Shurikens is going to be sick. Shadow Daggers is always going to be good. There's that one that does a spin with your shadow. I'm forgetting what it is. But that one's going to be really good too. Those three for sure are going to be insane. And then honestly, I think a lot of people are going to play Bladestorm, and I think Bladestorm is going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be as OP as most people are wanting. And there was a new skill that was added, right? I forgot what it's called. The one where it creates a shadow in front of you that does a slash.
Okay,
Shadow
I
slash,
got you.
I don't know. That one also looks like it's going to be decent, but yeah, Shadow Rend. That's the one. I actually
Shadowrun.
think Shadowrend and Bladestorm, while they did get introduced, look like they're going to be on the like more normal side. I think actually the previous stuff, which was already strong, just got crazy good because the passive tree got changed too. And Shurikens has a ways to proc from Bladestorm,
Okay.
so the AoE is just going to be crazy. It's going to be a farmer for sure.
Okay. Okay. Uh, I'm thinking to create Black Hole using Pulsar build, but the changes kill my starter build a lot. Oh, what was your starter build, Poker? See, we reversed it. Now we're asking you questions.
Because that's the build I was theory crafting, and people gave me really good stuff in the comments of my video, so I'm hyped for it. Shattering Strike, dude, I saw it. Shatter Strike is it's going crazy. And the fire auras.
It just moves faster now. I don't think it attacks faster. Understood. Understood. I do have a question for everybody in chat. What do you guys think of what we're doing right now? What do you guys think of what we're doing right now? Would you like to see myself and Blue Beyond do another discussion like this semi regularly, or I'm not talking like weekly podcast, but maybe something like that? This is good content, would be cool for a few updates. Yes, absolutely. Hey, yo, what's good, Professor Pancham? Yes, into the new season. Yes. Okay, so okay, I'll talk to Blue Beyond. I'll see how his schedule is going. You like discussion streams for major updates? Yes, learn some stuff. Hey, yo, what's good, Devil Dog? Okay, cool. Glad that you guys are enjoying this. Okay, I'll talk to Blue. Blue, what do you think? Are you interested in if schedules align?
I'm game. I'm game. I think what's really interesting is like we get to talk about it now before the season launches, and then we get to play for a little while,
Yeah.
and maybe like 2 or 3 weeks down the road, we can actually like be like, oh my god, we were so wrong about all these things.
Yeah. Yeah. You bet. Great to get knowledge sharing with the community. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see what happens. For those who weren't here at the start, I missed yesterday's stream because my brother was involved in an accident. I had to take him to the hospital. He has a broken leg, unfortunately, so he's recovering. I went and visited him today. That's why we got started later. So I don't know what his recovery is going to look like and how involved with that I'm going to be, but I'm pretty sure we can do a post-mortem of season 4 a couple weeks down the road. But I want to make sure he gets taken care of. It was he took a bad fall off his scooter. It wasn't like a car accident or anything. He takes an electric scooter to work, and Tilron already knows these back roads. There was a pothole that came out of nowhere as he was making a turn, and yeah, he took a pretty bad fall. So he's okay now. He's okay. He did have to have surgery. So yeah, he's gonna be okay. But like I said, I don't know what kind of care it's gonna be. I'm gonna be here for him. So we shall see. And then I obviously have a kid on the way. For those who also don't know, baby's due in July. So pothole season there in spring. Yeah. So I think a discussion like this would still work out though, Blue. I think so.
Maybe before your baby's born, because once they're born, I don't know what time you're gonna have.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, let's set up something. Sorry. Yeah, Gratz. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Yeah. I know I've been saying it on stream, but not everybody's perfect planning. How my wife is 5.5 months along, so so we're due in July. We still have another 6 months. Well, between now and July, 6 months. Baby-thon. Bike will be streaming at 2 a.m. Yeah, no, I'm not even going live that late. Yeah.
No, you're gonna be live, like rocking in one hand, gaming in the other. You're gonna have a crazy
I told my wife
going.
I'd be absolutely fine with that. Like, hey guys, welcome to the stream. She was like, yeah, maybe not. I'm like, okay. I'm like, we can get him. We're having a boy. We can get him like a little stream right here. The stream could purchase you a thing to put so you can feed the big. Oh, come on, Gorsh. That was a joke. The EHG seasons are as long as pregnancy. Oh, right. Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah.
They really are. Hopefully they can get their stuff together and do the 3 seasons they promised. But
yeah, hopefully. We'll like we only ever got one 4-month season, right? It was season 2. Mm-hmm. The season that they probably could have gotten away with extending. Right? It's probably the season they could have gotten away with extending. All right, cool. Guys. I think that's a good place to end it. What do you think, Blue?
Yeah. It is. I'm a little bit ahead of you in time, so it's a little late.
Yeah, it's a little late. Yeah, so let's go ahead. If we do something like this, we'd probably be starting at my normal time, do a discussion, and then do whatever else later. So we're probably not going to go as late as this in the future if we do. Ready for a PS5 version? Yeah, man. I'm ready for a PS5 version. Yo, Super Roadie, thank you for the follow. Afia's like, I'm getting me in that Discord. I want to be a part of this. Okay, we'll talk, Afia. All right, yo, Blue, thank you so much. If you don't mind sticking around, I want to talk to you a little bit after everything.
I'm game.
Okay, cool. Yo, everybody, thank you so much for being here, and I will hopefully see you guys again tomorrow. Obviously, my brother takes precedence, but I think he's going to stay in the hospital a couple more days. GG, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. You guys all have a great night, and remember, if you want to play this season, tonight's the last night. Hope your brother recovers. He's going to be great. And when I went and saw him, he was in really good spirits. So, yeah, I really appreciate it. Some weird sense. Tonight's the last night you could play because tomorrow the servers are shut down. QB1 Junkie, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Let's try and find somebody to raid over here on Twitch real quick. Let's see who else is streaming. And then we will get out of here. Pension Loaf. Let's go ahead and raid Pension Loaf. Friend of the channel. Right there. All right, guys. If you're over here on Twitch, we're going to go ahead and raid Pension Loaf. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick before we get out of here. Yeah, Loaf. Yeah, Loaf. Yeah, 07, everybody. 07. Okay. See you guys later. Oh, I didn't hit. Now. Okay, that was embarrassing. Okay, I didn't hit raid. Now it's going to take 2 seconds. Okay, now we can raid. Catch you guys later. All right, and YouTube, thank you so much for rocking with me today, guys. Thank you so much for the likes. I didn't really see too many guys chatting over on YouTube except for Rakeem. I read both chats, so thank you so much for being here, guys. And hopefully you guys have a good one, and hopefully you guys have a great season 4. I will most likely be live tomorrow. We shall see. Anyway, you guys take care.